Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tracey McCain.
And I'm Roger Zen. You are watching Eyewitness News here on The Wax as we take a live look through our iCams in Old Saybrook and New Haven. Looks absolutely spectacular out there.
It does. All right, let's get right to meteorologist Scott Gagliardi. Hey, Scott, are you feeling okay? Your voice sounds deep.
Does it?
It's like,
well,
yeah.
Some mornings it depends on when I wake up in the morning.
Okay.
So as you could tell, this might be a morning maybe
Where
I
you
didn't.
slept in a little bit?
I mean, you can't sleep in the morning, but
yeah.
Compared to 3:30, I chose 4:30.
You partied last night? We get it.
Okay.
You're funny.
Because you said you did your teas, and I was like, who's that?
Who's that guy? Yeah, no, he likes to change it up once in a while.
Hey,
I've looked
everybody.
outside right now. That's it, right? Look at Old Saybrook. What a beautiful, beautiful shot once again. Man, gorgeous shot there. With temperatures, they're freezing and frigid. Looking at those single digits, teens, even middle teens along the shoreline. But the feels like temperature, not as bad. It still looks okay out there. It's much better than we were. Your feels like trend over the next 7 days. Check out that. It's improvement. It's subtle. It's barely, you don't want to say warm by any means. But when you're minus 16, and over the course of the next several days, you're closer to near 30. Yeah, that's 30 degrees warmer. So technically, we're headed in the right direction. It's going to take some time to actually get there statewide. But by the time we get towards the next several days, you'll notice improvements out there. 40 by next week. Now, wind speeds are basically calm out there. But First Alert Live radar scanning the state completely dry. So no changes there. A couple flurries off towards the north. More snow way out towards the west. Some lake effect snow. Nothing will be impacting us here. It's a very quiet pattern that we're in, but we'll notice some changes eventually. I'll get you the very latest on that. That's all coming up in just a few minutes. Good morning, Kate.
Hey, good morning, Scott. Good morning, everyone. If you're just joining us here, 7:02, just first alert in East Haddam. The East Haddam Bridge closed due to a mechanical failure here this morning, which means it's closed to both vehicle and marine traffic. So just wanted to alert you there to that issue. And then another first alert I've been following for you since we came on air over on Channel 3 at 4:30. This crash took place just about 1:45 again overnight in Hebron. Route 66 is closed still here at 7 o'clock between Buck Road and Jennifer Drive. We do have a crew on the way to the scene. We'll bring you the very latest as soon as it comes in here. Live look outside here in Hartford, 91 north and southbound, Middletown along Route 9. You can see the Aragoni Bridge and the Connecticut River. Nice look here in Meriden along 691 and in Waterbury 84 east and westbound. Majority of the state moving along. We're going to start to see some of those typical delays build, which you can see right here, 95 southbound towards the George Washington Bridge. I'm Caitlin Francis with your Connecticut Chevy First Alert Traffic Report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
Caitlin, thank you. Right now in Hartford, police are investigating a terrifying act of gun violence that sent a 12-year-old boy to a local hospital.
Such a sad story here. Officers say the shots were fired near the intersection of Capitol Avenue and Park Terrace. Your reporter Marcy Jones is at police headquarters in Hartford breaking down the investigation.
Good morning, Tracy and Roger. Well, thankfully, police have confirmed that the victim's injuries are non-life-threatening, so he will be okay. That's the good news. But now, of course, the biggest question and the search is on for the person who's responsible for shooting a 12-year-old little boy multiple times. Eyewitness News crews captured this eerie scene in the area of Park Terrace just after 7 Wednesday night. Caution tape up and several police cruisers visible. Detectives searching for any clues as to what exactly happened. According to police, the boy suffering from gunshot wounds was then taken to Connecticut Children's Medical Center, where he was treated for his injuries. Hartford Police Major Crimes is currently conducting a thorough investigation. Now, detectives are still trying to piece together exactly what led up to this act of violence and, of course, try and find whoever is responsible for this. As soon as we get any updates from Hartford Police, we'll bring that to you. But for now, that's the latest. Your reporter in Hartford, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
A child is okay this morning. 2 teenagers, though, are facing serious charges after police say they stole a car at a gas station while a 3-year-old was in the back seat.
Yeah, this is a wild situation. It happened yesterday afternoon in Stratford. Police say a 17-year-old and a 13-year-old drove off in a Hyundai from a gas station at the intersection of Barnum and Boston Avenues.
Well, they at least had enough sense to drop the girl off at a firehouse down the street before they sped away and onto Route 8 in Bridgeport. That's where police caught up with them after they crashed the car on exit 25 and made that arrest. The toddler, thankfully, is now reunited with her parents and is in good health this morning.
This morning, we have learned that an elderly woman was killed after a big fire at an apartment complex in Avon.
Yeah, and this is now the second fire to happen at this complex in less than a year. Pinpoint News Tracker shows you where this happened on Avonwood Road.
Your reporter Olivia Schuler has a look now at the aftermath of that deadly fire.
Well, Roger and Tracy, it's very quiet here. You can almost hear a pin drop, much different than the scene just a few hours ago. Right now, we know the cause of the fire is under investigation, and firefighters tell us that they found an elderly woman dead in her apartment on the first floor, which is where they think this fire started. At around 3:45 Wednesday afternoon, the Avon Police Department received an alert from a fire alarm on Avon Wood Road. When firefighters responded, they found heavy smoke coming from a unit on the first floor. That is where an elderly female was found dead. At this time, fire officials have not identified the woman. Avon Police assisted in evacuating residents from the building. Most of the residents are now allowed back inside their homes. However, some are displaced overnight. The apartment management company is now working to relocate them until it's safe to go back inside their homes. Our team spoke with one neighbor who lives on the second floor. He says he witnessed the building fill with heavy smoke.
The whole apartment was full of smoke. We were able to vacate within few minutes. It was not scary that much, but it was a lot of smoke.
We learned that this wasn't the only fire to take place at the Avon Place apartments. In April, a fire took place in a separate building here, and 57 units were impacted. Once again, the cause of this fire is under investigation. Your reporter in Avon, Olivia Schuler, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Police arrested a man accused of causing a deadly boat crash off the coast of Old Saybrook last September. Police said 26-year-old Clayton Hackling from Lyme, you see him on your screen, was driving that boat on Labor Day. He's now been charged with second-degree manslaughter, along with operating a boat under the influence. Police say that boat had 9 people on board when it slammed into a break wall at the mouth of the Connecticut River, killing 3 people. Hackling's court date has been set for this Tuesday in Middletown.
A man from Ansonia now facing charges after police say he accidentally shot his girlfriend. Police say Casey Barker was cleaning his weapon inside their home when it went off. His girlfriend was shot in the leg and was treated and released from the hospital. But Barker now is facing charges of assault and reckless endangerment.
Today in Rockville, the youth basketball coach who ran over a man with his car is expected to face a judge for an arraignment hearing.
Now, police say Brian Baez Rivera was seen on video hitting a parent with his car right after a youth girls basketball game in Columbia. You can see the surveillance video here of the incident, which, by the way, went viral. That's where it happened. All right, the parent says the coach intentionally hit the parent, while the suspect says that dad walked into his path.
Yeah, a lot going on here. That parent, by the way, has also been arrested. Baez Rivera, though, is no longer coaching while that case is being investigated. And President Donald Trump has declared a national emergency over immigration, ordering 1,500 troops to head to the southern border. Now, border agents have also been instructed to deport people crossing into the country illegally without allowing them to request legal protection. Now, that changed because Trump closed the American asylum system. And local leaders responding now to President Trump's promises to ramp up deportations.
Well, this comes as President Trump is taking steps to target states and cities that he says stand in the way of his federal prosecutors investigating these deportations. Now, local leaders and nonprofits say they will follow the law, but they're not going to necessarily help deport people.
We don't have the time and energy to be going after people in our community that aren't a threat to our community.
New Haven Mayor Justin Elicker says the city is also working with public schools to create a response plan should ICE officers show up.
And the time right now, 7:09 on your Thursday morning. We're making subtle improvements in the temperature department, but it still is extremely cold out there, well below where we should be for this time of year. Let's take a live look outside right now, though, in New Haven. Notice the sunrise this morning is going to be a stunner, no matter where you are. A beautiful shot here, 17 degrees. Wind speeds are calm in the Elm City up through Hartford. Another gorgeous shot there, 11. Again, improvements since yesterday. Let's take a look at Futurecast, because you'll notice throughout the day today, besides a couple clouds, the system heads off to the south. An approaching cold front comes through completely dry, maybe a cloud or two tomorrow. And then throughout the afternoon hours on your Friday, noticing the same deal, a couple clouds. Other than that, we're doing just fine. Temperatures out there right now, notice the single digits out east and through Torrington, but it feels like it's 1 right now in Putnam, 8 in Tolland, 5 in Willimantic, feeling like 17 in New Haven. The trend this afternoon, still not reaching that freezing mark. Some towns might, as best chance of that is right along the shoreline. But we have improvements. They're on the way. They come this weekend and into next week. I'll have the latest details on all that coming up with your full First Alert forecast.